Demon Souls! Bryce, you ready for more Demon Souls?
I'm ready for more Demon Souls, Jeff.
Excellent, excellent. Welcome back, everybody, to the dojo. We're playing more Demon Souls. Now, when we started, we talked to the monumental, but I didn't have audio turned on, so I'm not sure whether we're going to get this cutscene again. Oh, okay, good. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, the monumental is going to tell us what's going on here.
I am one of the monumentals. We preserve
Is it a doll?
reality.
Nope. It's like a weird...
There's just no lip
There's a
sync.
tale I wish to tell you.
Well, in the original, there was no lip sync for anyone.
Ah.
But I think that there
But
is...
I wouldn't be surprised if a monumental was a small doll
Yeah,
that like goes alive.
I'm pretty sure they're like eternal children. They're like immortal children, like anime style.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the old one.
Yikes.
Okay, so someone took advantage of the magic,
Mm-hmm.
Fog,
and then a
and
fall.
the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons.
This is pretty common in the Souls universe where like
We were able to lull the old
like
one
because
back
somebody
to
was
slumber.
using magic a lot, then like
Only
it ended up
after the loss
causing like an
of the
apocalypse.
souls, and most of the world
Oh my goodness.
erased by the fog.
Erased.
To mend the fabric of what lands still remained. We entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones.
Her defense against using too much magic was to make a lot of magic.
One to the king of the burrowers underground.
It's like, oh, look at this marble. That's cool. It's pretty nifty.
One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower.
Aw, poor wise queen.
One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls.
Boo! Fuck
World's
you.
worst NFL
One
mascot.
to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowman.
You wore a beehive. You had a beehive head.
And the last
Oh, yeah.
to the great giants of
Yeah,
the
now
northern
that
lands.
archstone is broken. Before this came out, a lot of people were like,
Archstones were placed
thought they
in
might like put
fringes
DLC in,
of the
making this whole other area, but
We
yeah.
contained the old one here,
Oh,
but only
that's very funny to set up something almost obviously like that.
Yeah.
Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality.
This all tracks. I think, Jeff, this all just makes sense to me.
Yeah, you just right in there.
I think I got this. I
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
think I'm gonna get triple S ratings on my Demon Souls.
You must lull the old
So this is what I was telling you before. Where basically like after they sealed it up, that was like thousands of years ago. Now the big great old one is coming back. And so the only way to lull it back to sleep is for you to collect enough demon souls to basically lure it out to consume you and then decide what to do. So
Oh,
We are fortunate indeed to have you.
damn right you are. Look at this face. He's ready.
yeah. I'm fucking Eric. If you didn't watch the first part, his name is Eric.
Yes.
The old one, without demons to feed.
So,
its
okay, so
soul.
you need to get
Only
souls.
servants.
Yes. You were trying to collect all of the great demon souls in order to attract the old one, basically. All right. Thanks, bud. So these are all, I mean, like all the rest of these monumentals are here too, but they are all dead. They're all just dead. He's the
Oh,
last one.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of little dead children, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Cheery game, Demon Souls. Just,
Kind of.
it's a real pick-me-up. So one of the things that I think is bad about Demon Souls is that you can see now that we're alive and we have our full health bar.
Hell yeah.
When you go, and you can also see, I was talking about world tendency before, and you can see how the first archstone is, it actually can't really see it just yet, but it is slightly shifted towards the light. So if you die in a world when you're human, it shifts that world towards dark world tendency. So whenever you get your body back, the first thing that you want to do is come up here and fucking take a header down into the Nexus.
Oh my goodness.
Because you don't incur any penalties for dying in the Nexus. So this is like the one safe place for you to essentially lose your body, go back to being in spirit form, where you're not going to then shift the world tendency towards Black World tendency.
Now we've talked a lot about the world tendencies, but what does that materially affect as far as the game? Because it's clear that it's a big to do. What is the difficulty, I guess, associated with the different tendencies?
When the world shifts towards Black World tendency, everything gets harder and you get more rewards. When it shifts towards White World tendency, everything gets easier, but you get fewer good drops. Like you don't get as good a drops or as many souls. So it's a way to basically kind of customize how difficult the areas are. But yeah, so I generally tend to keep it moving towards White World tendency, because you can always go to Black World tendency by just becoming human and then dying and becoming human and dying. And there's a few other things that you can do. But there are certain events that don't happen in each world until you reach either full White or full Black World tendency.
I see.
After you've talked to the Monumental, you can also talk to the Maiden Black, and she will let you level up. So in order to level up, you have to talk to her.
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls?
And you say yes.
Of course.
And then she says a little thing.
Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me.
Now hold on here. Now, I was told that this is a PG-13 video game.
So here you have all the things. This screen could be a little bit daunting. I say,
Jeff, there's a million things. Jeff, I think you accidentally opened up Excel. What the fuck are we doing in here?
don't pay any attention to any of the numbers on the right for right now. Here's the easy rundown. Vitality is the amount of health that you have. Intelligence is the amount of magic points that you have and the amount of spells that you can memorize. Endurance is the amount of stuff that you can equip. Strength is strength for hitting weapons. Dexterity is dexterity for flashy weapons. Magic is magic. Faith is for miracles, and magic defense, and luck is basically how drop rate. Okay, so when you play this game, I think it's I think that the best thing to do is you got to pick what kind of character you want to be. So like we want to be a faith-based character. You're going to make sure you have some faith. I think that you should pick a weapon or a couple of weapons that you want and then upgrade your strength and dexterity basically to the point where you can use those weapons. Like certain weapons will scale the higher the base thing is. So like a sword that scales with strength will get more powerful the more points you put into strength. But there are some hard caps on that. The main thing, I like to just put in enough points to kind of be able to use a lot of stuff. The big thing that I think that nobody makes clear from the onset is that armor is not as important as vitality. I always think it is really important to juice your vitality because the more health you have, the easier it is to tank hits. As opposed to, like, I think when I first played, I spent a lot of time putting points into, like, stamina and equip burden so I could put on really heavy armor and then tank a lot of hits behind a shield. But the thing is that when you're tanking hits behind a shield, you're not counterattacking. So I think it's important to have a lot of health. This guy is your magic trainer. He won't talk to us because we're too stupid for magic.
I have that problem in real life.
Over here, we've got our miracle trainers. We got that lady. This is the guy that'll basically let you equip different miracles. Yeah. He's got these basic ones that you can get. Cure poison, kind of a cloaking spell. This one is really useful where you can basically go back to the Nexus with all of your souls from anywhere. But it does cost 20,000 souls, which is a lot.
That seems like a lot, yeah.
And then,
so what is the alternative? Either beating the boss and finishing the level, or we go back to the start of the level?
Well, the thing is that you can always... Okay, one, there's an item that'll let you go back to the Nexus without losing any souls. Two, you can always run back to the Archstone in order to come back. or if you die, you'll come back. You go back to the beginning of the level. You can come back, but you'll lose all your stuff. This is your dumb early blacksmith.
You knew here.
It's dumb early bat. Look at this guy. I'm an early blacksmith. Come on, man.
Simple. Just bring me
He can
all
basically
souls
do
you
very
can.
basic upgrades.
In trade with your souls, I can eke out.
And now, how
another
often are you changing up and upgrading weapons? Like, okay, well now I've got a new sword, and this is like, is there a lot of changing weapon? Are you really spending a lot of time on individual weapons?
I think it's good to find a weapon that you like and then upgrade it, and then spend a lot of time customizing that weapon. But the only way to find that out in the beginning is to try out a whole bunch of different weapons, right? So, like, you know, maces are crushing weapons that do different types of damage. There's swords, there's great swords, there's like pikes and
But
halberds.
there's not 80 maces.
There's like 10 different maces, I think, or somewhere
Okay.
around there. There's like a regular mace, there's like a club. They all have the same kind of move set. But yeah, you'll basically the main the main thing to take away from weapons and weapon upgrading is that all the beginning upgrades, when you upgrade a weapon, you have to spend those shards to do it. The shards are super easy to get. You could buy them like once you get enough souls. So I think getting anything up to like +5 is really easy to do, and so you can do that with a lot of different weapons to just try stuff out and see what you want. Like for right now, we have this mace, but then we also picked up in the first level like a scimitar, which has a more like a swooping kind of attack. It does more of a slashing damage. We also picked up the mail breaker, which I think is more of like a pointy stabby, like a jabbing weapon. But it's mostly just going to be like kind of just try stuff out and see what you come up with. And then here you've got Stockpile Thomas.
I'm Stockpile Thomas.
He's the guy that
Stockpile Thomas.
holds on to your stuff. He's basically just your. He's the chest that you put all your stuff into.
My wife.
I like that they
Phil.
gave you a character instead of just, I don't know, a magical chest.
I would be
Yeah.
happy to
The thing is that I feel really bad for Stockpile Thomas because it used to be that you'd have to come here to put stuff in his storage, but now you can just come into this menu, pick like a sword you don't want to use, and just say send to storage, and boom, he's got it. So you used to spend a lot of time talking to him, and he's a real sweet guy that's always just like, I'm really rooting for you. I think you're going to do really good. And now it's like, I don't ever talk to him anymore because he's just there. The one thing to remember is that outside of the Maiden in Black, you can hit any of the characters that are in the Nexus, and if you hit them enough, they'll turn hostile, and they will not turn back. So, like, if you hit the guy that's holding all your stuff and kill him, your stuff is gone, and no one will hold your stuff anymore. So, be real careful when you're in the Nexus because you don't want to make all these guys mad at you.
Yeah.
With that, I think we're going to go ahead and take a tour. We're going to take a tour around all the levels.
Oh, hell yeah.
So we're going to start with 2-1.
Now, is there a lot of, how much variety is there? I noticed that we're going to another castle. What are we dealing here? What's the spectrum here of locale?
Well, this is not a castle. This is a mine. So this is like your dusty kind of mining level. There are a lot of
Jeff,
them.
look at that turret and tell me that's not a castle.
It's like yeah, it's kind of a castle. But like so this is the whole thing with this level is that it is a mine, and so you start level 2-1 as like the upper area of the mine, and then once you get through there, you'll go into like the lower level. So that's more like caves and lava and like these weird bugs that you have to fight. So there is a lot of different. The different levels do have a very different kind of feel to them. This one, I gave this level a lot of crap because when they were showing off Demon Souls, they kept showing this level, and I think this level is a little boring, to be honest. But this is a great first place to go because it you'll get a lot of upgrade materials from this level.
Like the shards.
Yeah, not just that, but you'll find. God damn it! These fat officials. There aren't a lot of them, but they kind of suck. They're kind of mini boss-ish. The guy that's creeping up behind him those are the main enemies you'll find on this level. Is these miners, and they're, God damn it, are you fucking not dead yet? They have exceptionally hard skin, and they represent like a really big upgrade. They hit really hard. But they're the primary ones that you'll fight in this level. But they will drop the upgrade materials that you want. And some of them have giant sacks, and they'll drop a lot more. But you can see already, like, the amount of damage that my mace is doing here without being upgraded is relatively pitiful compared to what I was doing on the guys in the first level.
Yeah, you're not really tearing through these guys in the way you would expect standard level fodder to be.
Mm-hmm. So here I think I have enough for this. Yeah, so you can see the mace is 86. This crushing battle axe +1 that we just got is 102. So we'll try that on these guys and see if it makes any real difference. But yeah, there's going to be a pretty big, all of the World 1, all of the first world areas are going to be kind of a big jump up in difficulty, and they're all filled with very, very different enemies. This is the most pedestrian world. World 1 is probably the most vanilla, and then this one is the closest one to the first one. All the rest of them are friggin' wackadoo crazy go nuts. So I'm gonna
this platform that you're on must have been an amazing idea for the PlayStation 3. I could imagine someone being like, "Yes, we have finally made the perfect platform vehicle."
Yep.
Now here on the power of the Cell engine.
Took all those cell processes. They had one whole process that was devoted to nothing but making that thing go around in a circle. So let's see if this axe makes any difference. I don't know that it's gonna. Okay, no.
That's pretty significant. Mm-hmm. Very slow, but I guess that's the backstab on it.
Yeah, still the basic attack. Even the heavy attack, like the backstabs do a fair amount of damage, and I think that this level is set up to really get you into the habit of doing backstabs because these guys are so slow and so easy to get behind. Like, if you just kind of try to go at them one-on-one, they will kind of mess you up. But if you just kind of, go around them and do some backstabs, like, they're relatively simple to do, except that I can't appear to do any right now, which is a problem. Oh, God. Just get out of here, you jerks.
Now, you've got a really good shield, right? You've got, you mentioned it maybe in the other video that you have, like, that's 100% damage reduction shield.
Mm-hmm.
Are you also dealing with durability at any level?
Yes. You can see on the weapon and on the shield, there's these little red bars on the side. That's the durability of the weapons, and as you use them, they will go down. It's pretty... I don't think they should have included durability in this because there's very few enemies that even affect... that are where durability is a problem. But you can repair them all at the blacksmith, at Blacksmith Ed back in the Nexus.
In the Nexus.
So, you know what? I'm gonna skedaddle out of here. I mean, from here you just kind of go through. There's a fat official up there. There's like you eventually run into some more esoteric enemies. There's a couple of dogs that'll run at you. There's some fire salamanders. This is just a really good level, though, for like, 1, getting used to the jump up in the difficulty, and then 2, by the time you get through here, you will have a metric crap ton of upgrade materials to be able to upgrade your weapons and shield with. Also, this like other little wheel elevator is your unlock, and when you unlock it, you'll get this. This elevator will start up. Down here is the second blacksmith that will upgrade all of your stuff. He's the one that you really use. He's the one that'll take like a boss soul and make it into something. So,
okay. That's also, this has been an impressive level, right? Like, I don't know if it was this way in the original, but there was really no loading in that pretty large area that you went through in the mine.
Yeah, well, there was no loading before, but it used to take like upwards of a minute or 2 to even load into the level. So this is level 3. This is the Tower of Latria. This place is a spooky nightmare. It's a giant prison full of jerks, and it's a maze where, like, you go back and forth between these different levels. This is where you should go. You get these guys. that are in prison. You go back and forth between all these different levels, and this is where you should go if you're a magic user. Magic users should come here because this is where you'll get a lot of the magic upgrades. You also get to fight these dick faces, which teach you not to block because your shield, while it does 100% physical block, does not do 100% damage block. So if this guy shoots at me, you can see that I took a big chunk of damage even though I was blocking. These guys are made for dodging. And if you would just come the fuck over here so that we can all see how Cthulhu Mind Flayer, how much of a copyright infringement you actually are for D&D, then we'll all be cool. So that attack will also stun you, and when you get stunned, he will run up and stick his proboscis right up into your face hole. But these guys are really useful because they drop spice, and spice
of course
lets you it refills your mana. So basically what you end up doing in this level is getting these keys, unlocking these different doors, seeing all these horrible prisoners. Ooh, we got some wizard gear. I bet I can equip that. Yeah, that's at least have a shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
But we still haven't learned a piece of magic yet, or right?
Well, this character is set up for miracles.
Sorry, you're right, miracles.
There's Lord Rydell. He's going to be yelling that to the entire level. So you're just going to be running through this level and hear some guy just screaming, "Help me!" A lot of these guys don't even attack you. But yeah, this is the Tower of Latria, and by the time you get done, you'll have to go down. I think we're on the 3rd level right now, and there's 4 total levels.
And is it mostly corridors like this?
Yes,
Because I feel like I have seen footage of this level, and it's a lot of, kind of these walkways around an open air court like that.
Yes. Yeah. You basically, all 4 of the levels are laid out in these rows, and then there's a second section on the other side where you can see over there. There's like a little throughput that goes between the east and west wings of the tower. So you basically end up unlocking doors and kind of getting a mental map of the place until you get all the way down to the bottom, and that's where the boss is. So yeah, Tower of Latria. Pretty cool place. I like this place because it's like kind of explicitly like a horror theme. Like it's super dark and it's dingy and got these monsters and shit in it. So that is the Tower of Latria.
All right. Very pretty. Probably wouldn't want to do a WeWork out of there, but a lot of good stonework on the tower.
Level 4-2 is fucking crazy.
It's terrible. It's an open plan office space.
Oh, geez. That is the worst. Level 4, in my opinion, like if you don't want to do all the stuff from level 2, level 4, the Shrine of Storms, I think is a great level. It's full of these like spooky armored skeletons that will run at you, and they hit like a freight train.
Woo!
Yeah, they're pretty easy to get behind. But if you let them roll into you, every like somersault of their roll will hurt you. Ooh, that was well timed. So like if I just stand here, well, okay, he didn't roll into me. He didn't roll into me. It's fine. I think these guys give you a pretty fair amount of experience points when you kill them, which is one of the reasons I really like coming here. Because you can kind of just go in a circle with these first few skeletons, and they're not really so much of a problem. I would say that I really do recommend having a bow in this area because you will see some manta rays flying around in the sky.
Yeah, I saw one a minute ago. Not purely decorative, it would seem.
No, they will shoot at you. Oh my god. Okay, all right.
Oh,
Jerk. 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 Oh, uh-oh. This is a problem. Okay, just go.
Come on, kill Sans. Kill Sans.
There we go.
There you go.
Knew that was going to happen. Okay. Yeah. You're all cool. You're super cool. You're super cool, skeleton man.
Oh, it looked like you got him in the head at that one.
Okay.
So bows. Oh, there's the manta ray again.
Yeah. So they will shoot at you. They will. There's a lot of them, and they will. Like. There's a big part of this level is a lot of it is kind of a little castle-y on the inside, but then there's a lot of like walking on the edge of a gigantic cliff where there's only enough room for you and one horrible skeleton to attack you, and then the manta rays will fly over your head and shoot you and knock you off, and you'll go, son of a bitch, why didn't I bring a bow? But
do they go down easy?
Yeah, they're generally, you hit them with one shot and they're out of the sky.
Okay. Man, because they're big. They look like big fellas.
So there's Vanguard. He's the guy that killed us at the end of World 1-1, or at the tutorial world. He's not even a boss. He's just hanging out.
He looks like a reject character design from like the new Doom games that they've been making.
I can see that. He does.
I don't know. I mean, he's got kind of a lot of nipples, but there's a lot of just skin, a lot of naked skin on this guy. Maybe bloody him up or something?
One of the things that I think, if you want to really like, there's always an overpowered weapon that you can get pretty on in the Souls games. Okay, this guy, he's not a joke. He will mess you up. So I'm going to kind of respect his personal space. But so this is a Crescent Falchion +1, which is a pretty beefy for this level of the game. Like, most characters can use it. And the thing is that it's a +1 weapon, but then it also has magic on it. So you'll see... Jesus, guy. Just leave me alone. I don't want to fuck with you. I want to show how much better this weapon is. So let's see if I backstab this guy. You can see the difference in damage that I'm able to output. See, that was like...
Oh, that's a little bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's quick, and that backstab is way quicker than the axe one.
Now, you are invincible when you backstab, so you don't have to worry about getting... Stupid jerk. So yeah, World 4 is pretty cool. Also, Adjudicator, the boss of this level, is a really fun boss. Even though he's pretty easy. The skeletons are really the hard part. These guys are real, like this guy. I should not.
It looks like he's made he kind of looks like he's made out of trash.
Jesus.
This is a different character.
Wait, what happened? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? You just leave me alone, all right?
You shouldn't have come to the island of Matanui. The Bionicles are mad at you. You should have left him alone.
Are you throwing some Bionicle knowledge my way? Wow. I had no idea. So yeah, that's the Shrine of Storms. I think that this level 4-1 is a great place to grind. 4-2, like if you do what I did, where you run up those steps and then you just run past that guy and jump off, you can come back here and just do that run. You can see I came away with almost as many souls as I got for the entire first level in doing that.
Yeah.
So
wow.
that's what when I was like, don't worry about souls. Really, don't worry about souls. And then finally,
there's no way to bank souls in the Nexus, right? You have to go in with all your souls into a level.
You could die and then leave that blood stain in the Nexus and then come back, but for my mind, I think that like you should just spend everything, spend it all, because you can actually buy the healing items as well. So I usually will level up as far as I can, and then once I've fully leveled up, I will buy as many healing items as I can and then go into the level. This is the Valley of Defilement. It's level 5. It sucks. I hate this place. It is full of poison. It is full of these guys, which are not the worst, but the level likes to put them behind you, And the entire level is a pit that you will die if you fall into. And it's all these like super, super thin walkways that you can really easily get knocked off of. So you have to be really careful and take your time and make sure that you don't do anything wrong. And then you get down halfway and some guy knocks you off the edge with a lucky hit. And then you have to start all the way over back at the beginning because there's not even that many shortcuts in this level.
And you know that brings me up a good question. So there are no checkpoints or save points because like Dark Souls has bonfires, is that right?
Yes.
Which is kind of a checkpoint sort of thing. But this is none of that. This is like basic. This is none of that.
It has shortcuts. Like, remember in the first level how I went to the top of that tower and then unlocked the bottom of the tower?
Right. And you got the little side passageway.
Yeah. There aren't like direct there aren't bonfires, which, oh shit, see, I just lost almost all my health to that one guy. What a dick. I'm leaving. I hate this place. So I always do it last. I always wait to do it last. I beat every other level in the game, and then I come do World 5 because I hate it so much. World 5-2 is a giant, huge open-air swamp where you can't roll because you're up to your waist in poop, and you just can't roll, and it poisons you constantly, and you have to bring a lot of healing items, and it doesn't matter whether you heal the poison because it just comes back again, and just meh. But no, there aren't midsection checkpoints.
Dark. They need to get some lights in here. This is unsafe. This is an OSHA hazard.
Everybody's gonna say in the comments like, yeah, but the end boss of 5-3 is the best boss in the game, and I agree with you. But the first two bosses, Leechmonger and Dirty Colossus, are bad. They're bad, and I hate them, and they're dumb, and you can brute force them, and it's stupid. Meh. Meh.
Meh, we say.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show you, once you go get that Crescent Falchion from level 4-1, allow me to show you the difference in fighting these guys in this level. So,
sure.
You got the second one? God damn it. God damn it. Well, I don't die to boulders. But yeah, the thing is,
you have to take it to a second blacksmith. Or the different blacksmith, is that right?
Well, there is a second blacksmith on this level, but there we go. Backstabs kill with one shot.
Ooh. Nice.
Regular hits, you get 3 hits and they're dead. So you can see even in comparison to that axe that I was using, which was also +1, the magic damage that I'm doing is really just cutting right through these guys with no problem whatsoever. Let's see. I'm trying to decide. You know what? Let's take a run. Let's take a run at the Tower Knight and see if we can't finish World 1-2 to finish up, because I think I might be able to do that. I don't know.
All right.
Not very. I'm just going to do the. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run the jewels. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I don't know. What do you think, Bryce? You've seen a lot of. You've now seen about an hour and a few minutes worth of Demon Souls. What do you think? You ready? You ready to come on over? This is only the beginning. There's like 3 more games, and then Bloodborne and Sekiro, and
you almost had me there, Jeff. You almost had me there for a minute. I could see myself trying this, especially hearing that this one is maybe a little easier than Dark Souls.
I think the other thing is that it's so much more directed, right? Like, you could see that the levels, it's just like, here's this level, it goes from this side to this side, the end, right? It's not like this open world where you've got to like kind of figure out where to go from context clues. Like, there's kind of a route through each level. There's a little bit of side stuff, but not a shitload. So
and I like seeing that, because there were the little bit that I played with Bloodborne, I felt like I kept bumping into figuring out which way I was supposed to go. So yeah, there we go. So the linearness is actually kind of a good thing here. in this. But I think this is really interesting. I think if I had slightly more time, I would join you. You know, there's a bunch of games out, but I could see myself playing Demon Souls.
It's also, I mean, it's also worth mentioning. I keep kind of glossing over it a little bit, but like, it looks really good on the PlayStation. Like, you know,
This looks fantastic.
in your feed and in the video that I render out, like, in your feed and the video that I'm rendering out, it's going to be 30 frames per second. But this is also running at just like a rock solid 60 FPS, which kind of makes a little bit of a difference in Souls because it can kind of be a more action focused game. So okay,
Here you go. You got this, Jeff. Here you go.
first things first. We don't go past this wagon wheel until we see everybody get torched. And then we go. So this level is interesting because there is this route that I'm going over the top of the bridge, which is actually the hard way. The easy way is, or the easier way is that there's a passageway that goes underneath the bridge where you can totally avoid the dragon. Or if you have a lot of time, you can go buy a bow and about 150, 200 arrows, stand on top of that thing, and plink this guy one time every time he comes overhead. And then when you kill him, he's dead, and he's done, and that's it. And you don't got to worry about that dragon no more.
Wow.
So, and
the amount of time it would take to do that.
it's about 20 minutes.
What?
Maybe a little longer. I don't know. You
Oh
just
my
put on a podcast and start plinking some arrows. So this level actually doesn't really even have a shortcut, I don't think. You just have to run.
These archers really. It seems like you're catching them flat-footed here. They're really not very sophisticated AI.
Well, this is one of the other things about Souls, about the Souls games in general, and this one in particular, is that if you like tiptoe up to an enemy, you give them all the time in the world they need to get ready. Whereas if you just run up in their face and fucking just what fucking get out of here. Sometimes you can kind of bully him a little bit. Now, if he hits me twice, I will die, and he's also healing himself like a douche.
Oh.
But these guys also take so long that they're super easy to backstab. Whoop. All right. Well, that's how you get to Tower Knight.
Wow. Wait, was that it?
That's level 2. I mean, the thing is that, like, if you go under the bridge, there's a whole separate world full of dudes and dogs and vendors, and Ostrava's down there, and he needs to be led up. There's a crystal lizard over here.
Oh, yeah, of course the crystal lizard can't.
So these guys always drop upgrade materials, and if you don't hit them, they'll disappear. And they only appear in the level 3 times, I think. And then they're gone, and then if you beat a boss, they'll come back for another 3 times. In the mine world, there's a lot of them, like down in the ruins, where you can get a lot of upgrade materials. But anyway,
Wow.
where the hell is? There we go. Oh, Bryce. In level 3, in level 1-3 of this game, there is a key that you can use to unlock this door. And inside of this door is a dungeon where there is a guy named Bior of the Twin Fangs, who's like a real super heavy knight that'll help you out. And he wears, I was always tickled by this, he wears the brushwood armor, which is the heaviest, most powerful armor in the game.
So this is the first major boss.
This is Tower Knight, who is, the World 1-2 boss. You can kind of do 2-1 and 2-2, because World 1 is the only world that has 4 worlds. So, the big thing with Tower Knight is that he is surrounded by a bunch of crossbow guys. So first thing you need to do is get rid of these guys.
He can't get you up here.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm seeing some. Yeah, I'm seeing some blue stuff. I'm seeing some Ghostbuster stuff. Can't really do that.
You can get hit up here, but I think you have to be standing on the edge. But you're kind of mostly safe. I got hit a little bit there. But the nice thing, one of the other reasons that I think Demon Souls is a little bit easier than Dark Souls is that a lot of boss fights, like you could see it when we were fighting Phalanx before, have like little safe zones where you can kind of hide and like get your health back and take a little bit of a breather instead of having to do it all, all at once. Like they kind of got rid of that as the franchises went on, but I kind of dig that. So, this actually mirrors, there's a Bloodborne boss fight that is kind of the same as this. Where it's ringed by a bunch of wackadoos. Hey. No.
Whoa!
All right. You dumb jerk. Let's have a fight.
So, okay, so he's definitely 30 feet tall. He's wearing gigantic armor.
Ow.
Huge barn door of a shield.
Ow. Ooh. Skill distance, skill health back. See if I get around the shield, hit him in his foot.
Of course.
Ow.
The Achilles Knight.
Now I need to hit him in his other foot. Get that 1 foot leak.
I hate when my foot leaks. It's so embarrassing. I'm out in public. Sorry when my foot's leaking today.
Ouch.
Whoa. All right, so then you butt stomp him, yeah. Wow, you're really fucking him up. Oh my goodness.
Come on. Oh, yeah. I think I got him.
Did you get him?
I think he's got to stand up to die. Yep, there he goes.
Oh.
Crescent Falchion, man. Thing is great. Thing is wonderful.
You're right, Jeff. This is an easy game. I'm going to go buy it today. Wow.
So
good game. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yep. And I think that's it. We had 2 45-minute episodes. We saw all the worlds. We beat a couple bosses, Got killed by Vanguard. That's all right. Just always get killed by Vanguard. So yeah, whenever you come back, the first thing I do, she's always sitting here close to where you come back, is use all the souls. So we got.
And how many times have you beat this video game, Jeff? How many times have you beat the Demon Souls?
Probably 8-ish times.
Good.
Something around there.
I'm sorry.
Well, we played all the way through it for our Patreon. We played the PS3 version, and so whenever my friend John and I have played through all of the Souls games on Patreon all the way. And so the thing is that in order to do that, every week I would have the character that we were playing, and then I would have like a little test character that I would sit down, put on a podcast, and play through the level we were about to go through like 4 times in order to make sure that I had everything right. We weren't going to get tripped up in any particular location, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot about this.
So, yeah, anyway, we're up to level, I don't know how many levels I just got there. I just kind of evened out all my stats. We're up to level 19. We got a fair amount of health, armor, and we're well on our way to beating all the dumb demons from the Demon Souls. So, yeah, with that, let's wrap it up. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I hope that somebody in the audience is like, I think I might want to try that Demon Souls. Because I do think that this is a great entry point. So now if this really, gets a lot of people into the game, then they'll have to remake Dark Souls, and then they'll remake Dark Souls 2, and then they remake Dark Souls 3. And then by that point...
You wouldn't want either a Dark Souls 4 or a Demon Souls 2?
No, I don't actually want any of those things. I'm the weirdo. I want them to make... So there was always the idea that there was Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and that the next game was going to be called Dragon Souls, and was going to be like... because the thing is that this game and Dark Souls actually have a lot of common DNA story-wise. You know, we've got these skeletons, and they're a pain in the butt. Well, in the beginning of Dark Souls, if you go the wrong way from the starting area, you will find a bunch of skeletons, and they're all a pain in the butt, right? So, anyway, I wish they would keep doing new stuff because Bloodborne is like one of my favorites, and I'd rather them make a new game than make Bloodborne 2. Because Bloodborne's just fine all on its own by itself. So, but anyway, hit the like, subscribe button. Let us know all the reasons that I'm wrong in the comments. I'm sure there are a lot of people who have a lot of reasons that I'm wrong about everything that I've just said. And they're like, this is the worst one because of all these different reasons. But that's all right. Mm-hmm. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Everyone is allowed to be wrong in their own way.
That's true. Patreon.com/Rage Select is where you can go if you'd like to help us out. You'll kick us some bucks, and in return, you get some bonus videos that nobody else gets to see. We have some Amazon links that you can use in order to buy stuff from Amazon. If you buy stuff from Amazon, we get a little piece of whatever it is that you buy. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. So if you're going to buy some new stuff, do it through Amazon. Do it through our links. And, help us out. Bryce, where can people find you when you're on the internet? When you're not here, where else are you?
It's super easy. Just follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Brycas, BRYCAS. Thank you.
All right. And that is it.
Watch out. Ooh.
That's
Yeah,
it.
get him. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. We're going to do it.
Get that archer.
Here.
Get that goddamn archer. Get that. Yeah.
Cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
There you go. Yeah.